Have you ever caught that fleeting glance, the sarcastic smile, or felt the heavy silence that seems louder than words? A silence filled with judgment? It's a moment that can leave you doubting yourself, questioning your path. But what if I told you that this quiet contempt only holds as much power as you choose to give it? What if, instead of letting it weigh you down, you could transform it into fuel for your growth and strength? Today, we're diving into 8 powerful actions inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that equips us to rise above criticism, embrace resilience, and live with unshakable purpose. Are you ready to reclaim your power and turn silent judgment into a stepping stone toward greatness? Stay tuned, and let's embark on this journey of transformation together. If this resonates with you, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon so you won't miss more content that empowers and inspires you. Let's take this first step together. 1. Tranquility, your ultimate weapon. Tranquility is a treasure not easily uncovered, yet it is the Stoics' most formidable armor in navigating the unpredictable tides of life. In the grand chessboard of existence, where emotions are both our allies and adversaries, maintaining serenity is akin to mastering the most challenging endgame. The wisdom of the Stoics invites us to cultivate this inner calm as a refuge against the noise of the world. Consider the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, who reminds us in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When confronted with criticism or doubt, the impulse to react defensively is an echo of our vulnerability. Yet, by choosing tranquility, we transform this vulnerability into resilience. Picture a situation in which a colleague dismisses your efforts with a sharp remark during a meeting. The instinctive response might be anger or self-doubt, but as a practitioner of Stoicism, you stand unmoved, much like the oak tree that endures fierce winds yet does not waver. This is not mere passivity but profound strength, a recognition that the power to control one's response lies entirely within. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By reframing criticism as an opportunity to practice fortitude, we embody the essence of Stoic tranquility. To integrate this philosophy into modern life, consider a simple yet powerful exercise. When faced with provocation or judgment, pause and breathe deeply. Inhale for 5 counts, hold for 5, and exhale slowly. This deliberate act not only grounds you in the present moment, but also creates a gap between stimulus and response, a gap where wisdom resides. In a world that often rewards impulsive reactions, choosing calm is a quiet rebellion. It is a testament to the Stoic ideal of mastery over the self. By remaining tranquil, you do not merely shield yourself from harm, you illuminate the path for others, demonstrating the profound peace that comes from living in harmony with reason and virtue. 2. Transform criticism into growth. Criticism is an ever-present companion on the journey of life, but its impact depends entirely on the lens through which we view it. While it can feel like a dagger aimed at our confidence, the Stoics challenge us to see it instead as a tool, a chisel that shapes us into our finest form. In every word of criticism lies a seed of potential, waiting for us to nurture it into growth. The Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely observed, "It is a rough road that leads to the heights of greatness." This truth reminds us that discomfort, even in the form of harsh words, can be the very force that propels us toward our best selves. Imagine a young artist named Leonardo who, despite early rejection and ridicule, refused to let external judgments define him. Each dismissive remark he encountered became a stepping stone, pushing him to refine his craft. Years later, his work silenced the naysayers, not through retaliation but through excellence. His transformation is a reminder that true mastery often emerges not in spite of criticism, but because of it. To turn criticism into growth, we must first embrace it without resistance. As Epictetus advised, if someone speaks ill of you, do not make excuses. Instead, say, "He does not know all my other faults," or "He would have mentioned these too." By accepting our imperfections with humility, we create space for self-reflection and improvement. Consider this as a practical approach. Identify 3 aspects of your life where growth feels most urgent. These could be personal habits, professional skills, or even emotional patterns. Commit to small, consistent actions that enhance these areas each day. For instance, if communication is a weakness, take deliberate steps, such as engaging in daily conversation practice or studying great orators, to strengthen it. Progress, no matter how incremental, serves as proof of your resilience and determination. Through this process, criticism ceases to be an adversary and becomes a mentor. It is not the absence of critique, but our response to it that defines our character. When we treat every harsh word as an invitation to grow, we embody the Stoic ideal of transforming obstacles into opportunities. Growth, after all, is the most eloquent response to doubt, for it renders opposition irrelevant in the light of our success. 3. Elevate your standards. A life without purpose, where mediocrity is the guiding principle, is like a ship adrift without a destination. The Stoics challenge us to aspire for something greater, to elevate our standards not as a form of pride, but as an expression of self-respect and alignment with virtue. They remind us that the quality of our lives is directly proportional to the quality of the values we choose to uphold. Picture your existence as a grand stage play where you are both the playwright and the lead actor. Would you allow a half-hearted script to define your story? Of course not. Similarly, life demands that we take control of its narrative, shaping it through deliberate choices and high expectations. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, embodied this ideal. Amid the weight of ruling an empire, he constantly reflected on the values guiding his actions. In Meditations, he wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This call to action transcends time, urging us to reject complacency and pursue excellence in every facet of life. Living by higher standards often requires difficult decisions. It may mean distancing ourselves from habits, relationships, or situations that conflict with our values. Seneca reminds us, associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. The process is mutual, for men learn while they teach. In this light, we see that setting high standards is not an act of exclusion but of prioritization, choosing what truly nurtures our growth over what merely provides comfort. To bring this philosophy into practice, reflect on one area of your life that feels misaligned with your values. Is there a relationship that no longer supports your growth? A habit that undermines your potential? Identify it and take a decisive step to change, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. For instance, if you find yourself surrounded by negativity, seek communities that inspire and uplift you. If procrastination is your stumbling block, develop a system of small, actionable goals to reignite your momentum. As you elevate your standards, remember that this journey is not about perfection but progress. It is a commitment to live with integrity, aligning your actions with your principles. By demanding excellence from yourself, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that transcends your immediate sphere. High standards are not constraints. They are the compass that guides you toward a life of purpose and fulfillment. 4. Seek validation within. The pursuit of external validation often feels like reaching for the horizon, a relentless chase that leaves us drained yet unfulfilled. The Stoics remind us that our worth is not a gift bestowed by others, but a truth we uncover within ourselves. By anchoring our self-perception in our principles and actions, we free ourselves from the need to seek approval from a world that is ever-changing and often indifferent. Imagine yourself as a lighthouse. It does not waver in its purpose, nor does it depend on the acknowledgement of passing ships. Whether its light is noticed or ignored, it continues to shine, fulfilling its role with unwavering resolve. Similarly, your life is most luminous when guided by an inner compass, steadfast and immune to the turbulence of external judgments. As Epictetus wisely stated, if you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. Be satisfied, therefore, with being a philosopher, This philosophy is not an excuse to disengage from others, but a call to focus on what truly matters, your values and actions. Marcus Aurelius captured this beautifully in Meditations. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. This paradox reflects the struggle many face, valuing external praise over the quiet satisfaction of living virtuously. To embody this principle, consider a practice of self-reflection. At the end of each day, ask yourself not, did they approve? But, did I act in alignment with my values? This subtle shift reframes your perspective, placing your actions under the scrutiny of your conscience rather than the fleeting opinions of others. Whether it's a decision at work or a moment in a personal relationship, let your evaluation stem from within. True power comes from this internal validation, a foundation that cannot be shaken by the approval or disapproval of others. By embracing this mindset, you liberate yourself from the exhausting need to impress and instead focus on what truly fulfills you. As the lighthouse stands firm against the storm, so too can your inner strength remain unshaken, illuminating your path with clarity and purpose. In the words of Seneca, you act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. Seek your immortality not in the eyes of others, but in the unwavering light of your integrity. 5. Cultivate positive relationships. The company we keep profoundly influences the trajectory of our lives. For the Stoics, relationships were not merely social constructs, but vital forces that could elevate or diminish our pursuit of virtue. Seneca once wrote, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." This simple truth urges us to approach our relationships with intention and discernment, recognizing their potential to shape not only who we are, but who we aspire to become. Picture a vineyard stretching across fertile land. Each vine represents a relationship in your life, and the fruit it bears depends on the care you give it and the environment it thrives in. Some vines grow strong and yield abundant fruit, while others, left untended, can overrun the soil, choking out growth. Relationships, too, require careful attention, pruning when necessary, and nurturing to ensure they contribute to our flourishing. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reflected deeply on the influence of those around him. He expressed gratitude for the virtues he observed in others, using their example to refine his own character. "From my grandfather Verus, I learned good morals and the government of my temper," he wrote, showing how even the smallest qualities in others could become seeds of wisdom within ourselves. To embody this principle, begin by taking a step back to evaluate your current relationships. Instead of focusing on how others perceive you, ask yourself, do these connections align with the values I hold dear? Are they helping me grow into the person I wish to become? Such reflection often reveals imbalances, relationships that drain more than they give, or ones that keep us anchored in stagnation. These are not to be discarded thoughtlessly, but handled with care, seeking either to transform them or to create space for healthier bonds. Building meaningful relationships also involves taking action. Spend time with those who challenge you to rise above mediocrity, who inspire you to think more deeply, act more virtuously, and strive for greater understanding. The Stoic Epictetus offered this advice. Above all, keep a sense of reverence for yourself. By honoring your own growth, you naturally align with those who uplift and encourage you. Over time, this process of intentional connection becomes self-sustaining. The garden of your relationships, well-tended and thriving, will reflect the virtues you cultivate within yourself. These connections do not just enrich your life, they ripple outward, creating a legacy of encouragement, wisdom, and mutual growth that honors the Stoic ideal of living harmoniously with others while remaining true to your own purpose. 6. Transform adversity into learning. Adversity often feels like an insurmountable wall, but the Stoics saw it as a chance to cultivate wisdom and strength. Instead of resisting challenges, they taught us to approach them with curiosity, asking not, "Why me?" but "What can this teach me?" In their view, life's obstacles are not barriers but teachers, presenting lessons that deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world. Consider the life of Seneca, a Stoic philosopher who endured exile, a fate that might have broken many. Yet, instead of succumbing to despair, Seneca used his isolation to reflect and write some of his most enduring works. In Letters to Lucilius, he observed, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." His ability to transform misfortune into profound insights reminds us that even the harshest circumstances can serve as a forge for resilience and wisdom. Adopting this perspective requires a shift in mindset. Challenges, whether they come as personal failures, professional setbacks, or unexpected crises, are opportunities to refine our character. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This idea, often summarized as "the obstacle is the way," encourages us to reframe hardships as essential parts of our growth. To integrate this philosophy into daily life, start by observing how you respond to adversity. The next time you encounter a setback, resist the urge to view it as a defeat. Instead, pause and reflect. What is this moment teaching me? Perhaps it's patience, creativity, or the need for greater preparation. By focusing on the lesson rather than the pain, you gain a sense of agency, turning a passive experience into an active step forward. Additionally, take small, deliberate actions to apply this learning. If a project at work fails, use it as a moment to analyze what went wrong and how you can improve. If a personal relationship falters, explore how the experience can teach you about communication, empathy, or boundaries. This practice not only builds resilience, but also cultivates gratitude for the challenges that shape your journey. Ultimately, adversity is not a detour but a necessary path to becoming your best self. It sharpens your perspective, strengthens your resolve, and deepens your capacity for compassion and understanding. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By embracing adversity as an invaluable teacher, you transform life's difficulties into stepping stones that lead to growth, wisdom, and lasting fulfillment. 7. Actions speak louder. In the Stoic tradition, greatness is measured not by words but by deeds. Words, however eloquent, are ephemeral. They fade like echoes in the wind. Actions, on the other hand, endure, carving a legacy that speaks for itself without the need for explanation or defense. This is the essence of living with purpose, letting your work reveal your character and your commitment to excellence. Picture a sculptor chipping away at a block of marble. Day after day, they labor in silence, guided by a vision that only they can see. When the sculpture is finally unveiled, its beauty and craftsmanship leave observers awestruck. There is no need for the sculptor to explain their dedication. The work itself is the proof. As Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life." This reminder urges us to act with integrity, focusing on the quality of our actions rather than the fleeting approval of others. The path to letting your actions speak begins with clarity of purpose. When you pursue goals aligned with your values, recognition becomes secondary. Think of the farmer who quietly tends their crops, ensuring every plant is nurtured. The harvest, when it comes, needs no advertisement. It is the result of consistent, meaningful effort. Excellence, like a flourishing field, is its own reward. To embody this principle, challenge yourself to shift your focus from seeking recognition to producing meaningful work. Identify an area of your life where you can make an impact, whether it's improving a skill, completing a project, or contributing to your community. Dedicate yourself fully, trusting that the results will naturally draw attention without the need for self-promotion. Seneca wisely advised, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor." Craving recognition is a form of poverty. Fulfillment lies in the richness of action itself. Patience is essential on this journey. True excellence is not hurried. It is cultivated over time. Resist the urge to announce your intentions or demand acknowledgement prematurely. Focus instead on the quiet, deliberate work of bringing your vision to life. Let the results stand as a testament to your effort and your dedication. when you allow your actions to speak for you. You align with the Stoic ideal of living authentically and purposefully. In the end, it is not the applause that defines your impact, but the legacy of integrity and excellence you leave behind. Your deeds, shaped by effort and guided by values, will echo far louder than any words could ever hope to achieve. 8. Dedication, the silent triumph. Dedication is a quiet yet powerful force, one that transforms skepticism into respect and contempt into admiration. Unlike grand gestures or loud proclamations, dedication works in silence, building strength and resilience with each passing day. The Stoics understood that true triumph is not found in proving others wrong, but in proving yourself right, aligning your actions with your purpose, regardless of external noise. Consider the story of a young athlete mocked for their ambitious dreams. Instead of succumbing to the negativity, they chose to focus entirely on their craft, pouring every ounce of energy into training and improvement. Their journey wasn't about silencing critics. It was about fulfilling their own vision of excellence. When they finally stood victorious on the podium, their actions spoke louder than any defense ever could. Their triumph was not just over their competitors, but over their own doubts and limitations. This story reflects the Stoic belief that the greatest battles are fought within. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Dedication, then, is not about responding to the judgments of others, but about channeling your energy into the pursuit of what truly matters to you. To practice this, start by setting clear, meaningful goals. Ask yourself not what will impress others, but what will bring fulfillment and growth into your life. Once your purpose is defined, commit to it with unwavering focus. Seneca advised, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." Dedication ensures that when the opportunity arises, you are ready to seize it. Dedication also requires patience and the ability to embrace setbacks as part of the process. Failure is not a sign to stop, but a lesson to learn. Like the athlete who faces defeat before eventual victory, every challenge you encounter is a step toward mastery. Epictetus reminded us, difficulties are things that show a person what they are. Each moment of struggle is an invitation to deepen your commitment and refine your approach. By dedicating yourself fully to your goals, you create a legacy of quiet strength and resilience. This is not about seeking applause or validation. It's about living authentically and purposefully. In the end, the most profound triumph lies not in the opinions of others, but in the satisfaction of knowing you have given your best to what truly matters. Dedication, when pursued with integrity, becomes a silent victory, one that needs no explanation but inspires others through its mere existence. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The wisdom of Stoicism reminds us that the strength to rise above criticism and transform adversity lies within us. Every small act of resilience, every step forward, is a testament to your inner power and self-worth. The journey isn't about proving anyone else wrong. It's about proving yourself right, over and over again. So take what you've learned today and let it guide you. Live with intention. Let your actions speak louder than words, and embrace the quiet, unshakable power that defines who you are. If this inspired you, make sure to like this video, share it with someone who needs this message, and subscribe to our channel for more transformative insights. Remember, the journey to self-mastery starts with one step. Let's take it together.